Need to find specific records in your database on a regular basis? Then you need a query. Today we're going to learn how to build a simple Microsoft Access query, one of the most powerful tools available in Access. Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Today we're going to build a simple query from scratch, filter records using criteria, save it for future use, and talk about some important things many beginners don't realize about queries. Let's get started. All right, before we build our query, let's talk about exactly what a query is. In Microsoft Access, your tables are where the data is actually stored. That's where you'll find your customers, orders, products, invoices, all the other information that makes up your database. A query doesn't store data. Instead, a query lets you view that data in different ways. Think of a table as a filing cabinet full of information. A query is simply a question that you ask about that information. Maybe you want to see all your customers from Florida. Maybe you want to see all your customers just from Cape Coral. Maybe you want customers who haven't placed an order in the last 6 months. A query lets you find exactly the records you're looking for without having to scroll through the entire table manually. You can think of a query as a saved search. Once you build it, you can run it anytime you need those results. Now, if you haven't built tables yet and you're not sure what they are, go watch my Access Beginner Level 1 course first. In that class, I cover tables and database design fundamentals. Once you understand tables, queries will make a lot more sense. I'll put a link to this video down below. All right, this is my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to. Again, I'll put a link down below. And in here, I've got a table full of customers. Got first name, last name, email, a bunch of other fields like state. Let's say I want to find all the customers from Florida, and I want to do this on a regular basis, make it easy for myself in the future. So let's make a query to do this. I'm going to click on Create and then Query Design. That opens up the Query Design window right here. And over on the right, you're going to see Add Tables. Which table or tables do you want to have in this query? Well, for today, we're going to keep it simple. We'll just add the customer T. I'll double click on that. That's my customer table. Then I can close this pane. Don't need it anymore. All right, so now I'm going to add the fields from this table that I want in my query results. So let's say I want the customer ID, the first name. I'm just double clicking on them, right? Last name. And let's also bring in the city and state. Now, at this point, I can run the query. Click on this little exclamation point right there. Run the query, and you'll see the results of the query. Now, right now, we're seeing all 33 customers that are in my customer table. But now I want to add that criteria. I only want to see customers from Florida. So let's go back to Design View. Click on this little guy right there. All right. And under the state column where it says criteria, see this criteria row right here? In here, I'm going to put quotes Florida, all right? Open quotes, Florida, close quotes. If I hit Shift F2, I can zoom in, and that's what it looks like right there, right? Open double quotes, FL, close double quotes, and then hit OK. All right. And now if I run my query, there you can see now I'm only seeing the 4 customers that are from the state of Florida. So that's how you put a criteria in your query. Let's go back to Design View. All right, now let's save this query. I'm going to hit Control S on the keyboard. Control S for save. And I'm going to call this Customers from Florida Q. Now, as part of my naming convention, I like to end all of my queries in the letter Q, all my tables in T, all my forms in F, and so on. And I don't like using spaces in my query names or any of my object names. Why? It's a little more advanced. I'll talk about it in a different video, but that's what I like to do. So I'm going to hit OK. And now I've got a query called Customers from Florida Q right there. Now I can close this, and anytime in the future that I want to run that query, I can just come back here and double click on it. And there it is. Notice the query still works. All we have to do is run it. That's one of the biggest advantages of using queries. Without a query, every time you wanted to generate that list, you'd have to open the customer table, manually search through the records, apply the filters, and set everything up again every single time. With a query, you do the work once, you save the query. The next time you need those same results, you simply open the query and run it. Think of it like a saved search. The query remembers fields you want to see, what criteria you want to use, how the data should be sorted, and all the instructions needed to produce those same results. That's why queries are so powerful. You build them once, and you can use them over and over again whenever you need to. Now here's something a lot of beginners don't realize. Queries do not store data. The customer information is still stored in the customer table. The query only stores the instructions for finding those records. However, and this is important, the data that you're looking at is live data. If you edit a customer's name, you're editing the actual record in the table. If I come in here and change Richard to Rick, I'm actually changing that data in the table. Right? You can add a record. That's why you see new down here. You can delete a record. And if you do, you're deleting the actual record out of the table. A query does not contain a copy of the data. It's showing you the real data from the table. So be careful when you're working with query results. You're working with data directly from your live tables. The query just gives you a different way to see that information. If you want to learn more about working with queries in Microsoft Access, I have a ton of videos available on this topic. Here's one that goes in more depth about query criteria. Here's one that talks about those and or conditions at the bottom of the query. Here's a video that teaches you about parameter queries. So instead of hard coding Florida in here, you can put a prompt in there that says enter the state. Then the user can type in Florida when they run the query. This one's really cool. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have not yet watched my Microsoft Access Beginner Level 1 course, go watch it now. It's about 4 hours long, and it covers everything you need to know to get started building databases with Microsoft Access. And it's absolutely free. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on my website. Go watch it and enjoy. So that's how you build a simple query in Microsoft Access. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below. And that's going to do it for your Tech Help video for today, brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you learned something. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button right now and give me a like. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. And make sure you click that bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. If you're new to Microsoft Access, check out my Access Beginner Level 1 course. It's over 4 hours long and it covers all the basics like tables, queries, forms, and reports. It's a great place to start, and it's also completely free. Members of my channel get extended cut videos, sample databases, access to my code vault, and full training classes every month. Click the join button for details. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Rost with AccessLearningZone.com. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time.